Okay. Think we're live. Do do do. Why isn't? Hey, babe. Hey, babe. Yeah. Can you check your phone and see if it's live? It's over here. Yeah. It's working? Yeah. Okay, thanks. All right. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Yo, 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 yo. Do, 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 do. What's up, my dudes? Okay, it is live. All right, thank you. Yeah, it was weird. I couldn't find it on my app on my phone, which was strange. Okay, let me just send this out to the world to join. Okay. What up, bro? All right, all right, all right, all right. When I hit the link in the email. Oh, yeah, cool. Cool, 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 cool. Mark, can you check if the link in my Instagram story worked? After notification from YouTube, it sent me to your old lives. That's weird. I think it's good now. We have 7 people in here. 7 of them. What I'm gonna do? Oh, bless you, young man. Yo, Lee. Yo. What I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go over my leg training. So let me send those to my WhatsApp. WhatsApp. And then I'll send over my fat ass check-in photos. And we can look at that. All right, that's gonna take a minute for my Cricket Wireless to send those over. You chillin'? Good job. It works on the Instagram. Thank you, Mark. Yeah, it's called a mandolin. All right, let's try this. WhatsApp. Excuse me? What is it called? It's a mandolin, but yeah, we'll call it a guitar. Yeah. Bye, baby. Okay, these are loading. once those load, we'll go over the leg training from today. Let's see. We'll wait for a few people to get in here. How are you guys? What kind of questions do you have? Oh, dude, the mandolin is such a cool instrument. Uh, yeah, the mandolin is dope. You can shred on that motherfucker for sure. Yeah, I learned a few songs on the mandolin, but it's not something I stuck with for sure. Guitar was always my main instrument. I had a synthesizer for a while, and I bought a synthesizer just to learn that song from The Verve. And I sold it for an ounce of weed, as you do. Amy in the house, just good morning, everyone. Just got to the gym for legs. Sir, you're making a lot of noise. Landon decided it was an appropriate time to vacuum my office. I'm gonna put him up for adoption. He's an ugly little shit anyways. DLC says, I played guitar for a while, I was never good. I don't know if I was good. I was adequate. My brother is very good because he stuck with it. My dad was really good at guitar. But I don't know if I was ever like good. I was adequate. Dylan in the house. Legs are done and they are shot. Yeah, mine are too actually. I'm gonna go over my leg day, Dylan. Just waiting for the videos to upload to my WhatsApp so I can share that. That is Landon vacuuming, if anyone's wondering what the fuck that noise is. That's all you need, bro. That's all you need. I could play most of Black Sabbath's popular songs, DLC says. Bro, that's all you need. Oh, man. What's more important than Black Sabbath, dude? You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe some Metallica. That shit is good, you know? Some Led Zeppelin. All the classics to try to learn on guitar. It's like why we buy a guitar, you know? When I first started, well, not first. I played guitar for a long time. I used to learn like all the Blink-182 albums to the point where I could like put an album on and play every single song that comes up next. Just because that's all I did. It was shred the gnar. Let's see. We'll see if a few more people come in. Oh, I knew Enter Sandman. Yeah, that is like, you need to know Enter Sandman. Let's see. Alright, we'll see if some more people come in, and then I'll go over my leg training. I'm gonna pull up boo, just in case. I'm gonna get some questions ready. If you guys did check in late yesterday, I have not done those yet, so just a heads up there. I have not gotten to those late check-ins from yesterday yet. I think there was like five or six. 5 or 6 of you slacker motherfuckers. Okay. All right. The computer's overwhelmed by me trying to load these leg videos and trying to load my check-in form. I need to upgrade. Oh, here we go. Okay, yeah, well, I got some dope questions lined up. Let's dig into the leg training. Actually, checked in at 5 a.m. Tim, I, I messaged you. What are you talking about, bro? We talked yesterday. Tim, what are you talking about? Yeah, yeah, there's nothing, you don't need to change anything. Otherwise, I send you a new document. So, we talked at 10 a.m. So, I don't know what you're talking about. But yeah, if there's changes, I send you changes. That's how it works. Good morning from the Fitzhughes. Are you a fan? You need Starlink. What is that? Is that fucking Elon Musk shit? What is that? Never gave it. Never gave it. Keep the same. Yes. Yep. Yeah, you're good, bro. You're good. The fuck are you worried about, anyways, Tim? You're doing fine, bro. Good morning from the Fitzhughes in the house. Are you a fan of 5 Day Watermelon Fest? No, dude. Can I do this as a no? Fuck no. This is the silliest shit. 5 Day Watermelon Fast? I don't do any fucking fads and silly shit. I do shit that works. I get people real results. I've already gotten you real results. We didn't do any stupid fasting with watermelon. It's crazy. That's crazy, dude. It's like this stupid fucking sugar diet. What happened to that? Everyone was supposed to be shredded and jacked and peeled, and everyone was supposed to be Mr. Olympia from the sugar diet. And why is no one Mr. Olympia from the sugar diet? Is this better, Amy? I keep the audio a little lower on my on my lives because I just train legs, and I don't need you guys hearing me weathered breathing. No, senior, we would absolutely never do a 5 Day watermelon fast because I don't do soccer mom fads, and you're better than that too because you've lost like over half your fucking body of fat, and you're in great shape now. And you didn't need to do any stupid shit like a watermelon fast. So we can save that for the soccer moms that don't get results. I don't do shit like that. You know that. Amy, is my audio better? Thank you. Okay, good. I'll take that as a yes. Tim says Starlink is super fast. Satellite internet. Oh, yeah, I don't know. My internet's pretty good. My internet's pretty good. Yeah, where's the sugar diet guy? Where's the sugar diet at, guys? What happened to it? Same thing that happens to all the other stupid fucking diets. They die. They don't last. They don't last. Someone, please tell me you're using the sugar diet and send me photos of yourself. Please. I'm begging you. I'm absolutely begging you. Send me your amazing results from the sugar diet. I'll fucking wait. I'll pay you. I will pay. I'll PayPal you whatever amount of money you want. If you can prove that you're running the sugar diet still. Where'd it go? What happened to it? Sugar did exactly what you said it would. Never hear about it anymore. Weird. It's almost like I've seen this over the last 22 years, 23 years of shit just coming and going. There will be more. There will be more. What happened to the follistatin peptide everyone was on? Where's all the freaks? Where's all the freaks from inhibiting myostatin? Where'd all those guys go? Haven't seen them. Has anyone else? Has anyone else seen the myostatin freaks that have successfully inhibited their myostatin? I haven't seen any of them. I saw a dude take a shot of the myostatin peptide and his ass blew up and he had to go to the hospital. I saw that one. His ass got pretty big. I'm guessing that wasn't his goal. But if it was, more power to him. If that was his goal, it worked. Yeah, good old sugar diet. Thank goodness that one's gone. It'll come back. It'll come back in 10 years. You guys watch. You guys watch. I'll say I told you so. I told you so. The fads don't work. They don't stick around. There's nothing consistent about them. And they're just it's just looking for a shortcut. And there's no shortcuts. There's no shortcuts, unfortunately. I would have found one by now. I've been looking. I've been looking. I will let you guys know when I find one. Alright, let's see. The only thing that didn't come through is I thought I sent my check-in photos to myself. Oh. They're still sending. Thomas Turner in the house. Good morning, good morning. Thomas Turner, what happened to the sugar diet, bro? That's what we're talking about. Where did it go? Anyways, that's enough of that. Let's see. While these send over to my app, let's see if I have any good questions. Tom Sterner says your shoulder strengthening tips from a few weeks ago have been helpful. Thank you. Of course, dude. I'm glad they helped. Happy to hear that. That you gained something useful from these lives, which I'm still perplexed that anyone watches, but they're fun for me because I get to talk a little shit. hang out with my friends. Um, this one's kind of cool. Um, content around. Okay, so, anyways, the question is about specifically when you're in a time crunch, feeding before and after lifting, getting a pre workout meal 60 minutes before trips me up once in a while, strategies to get in food on a crunch, how to handle training as a lifestyle client when other life events take priority, how do I continue to get my food, especially around workouts? Um, I'm trying to see this from the perspective of someone who is probably newer to following a structured diet because like when I read this, when I'm in the person saying when I'm in a time crunch, getting a pre-workout meal in before 60 minutes before I train trips me up once in a while. Like why once in a while? Your days should be groundhog day. You should be waking up at the same time of your day. It should be no different Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. It should be no different at all. It should never trip you up. When something trips you up, that means it was unexpected. You already know what's going to happen the next day. You already know that you need to be eating a meal 60 minutes before you train. That should never trip you up if you already know that you have to do it. When something trips you up, it's something that unplanned happened. You know, like you woke up and the time decided to change itself. The moon shifted and all 24 hours, days have now shifted to 13-hour days. And that would trip me up because I wouldn't know what time it was. Um, so what you do, you get the meal ready before you even go to bed. And then when you wake up, the meal's ready and you just eat it. And I don't want that to sound so simple, but it kind of is. You plan your day the day before, and you're in control of time management. It I always find it hard to teach time management because I'm working with grown ass adults. So the fact that I have to manage people's time for them, I cannot do that. I cannot do that. I can give you useful tips such as preparing the meal ahead of time, like the night before. My meals for the next day are always done the day before. So when I get home, all my meals get prepared for the next day. And there's no guessing, there's no tripping up, there's no. The other question, how to handle training as a lifestyle client when other life events take priority. There's nothing in this world that gets in the way of my training because it happens first thing of the day. I wake up, I eat my meal, I go train. Anything else that happens in the day, I'm ready to take it on because my training's done. My meals are packed. They're with me everywhere I go. I never understand how to answer these questions accurately. And I don't want to come off as a dick, but you just got to manage time better. And there's really no nicer way to say it. Everyone has a job. Everyone's busy. We all got shit to do. We all got shit to do. For some reason, some people just think they're so much busier than the other person. And it's not true. It's not true. Dylan says, I don't know, just make it work. I don't know how else to answer it either. It's like, I mean, again, I know some people are newer, and this is a newer life, you know, whatever. It's a new habit to form. But just like plan for it. Plan for it. You know? Donnie asks, what's up, Donnie? Curious your opinion on running T4 when pushing beyond 4 units of GH. Some people need to, for sure. Some people need to, 100%. It's all based off blood work. I have a lot of people run 4, 6 units of GH with no T4. It all depends on the blood work. And there's a lot of things you can do to help the thyroid instead of just replacing it. And sometimes people just need like a little bit of selenium or, a little bit of L-tyrosine and things like that. Iodine, selenium, kind of the same thing. And sometimes that will just push that thyroid into a good spot without having to use T4. And I have nothing against T4, but if you don't have to use it, then don't use it. But only blood work will be able to tell you that. Thomas Turner. I was listening to the podcast, Big Muscle Media. I've never heard of that. And he was saying if you're 50 or over, the time to get big is gone. Do you have an opinion? Listen, I have guys over 50 that are making insane progress. Lee is an example. Mel is a huge example. Let me send photos of those two to myself, and I'll pull those up. If you are unfamiliar with these guys, let's see. Yeah, let me find these for you. Mel I have right here, and then Lee I put together. Lee is in his 60s, and still making progress. But your time to get big is gone. I mean, getting big is not measurable, but to say you can't gain muscle is silly. I'll add Carl in here. I'll add this picture of Mel because it's crazy. Hell, I'll add a female in here. She's not in her 50s, but I'll add a female in here who is more mature. She's over 35, let's say that. Okay? I wonder if I have seniors photos in here somewhere where I can grab them real quick. Oh, senior just chimed in. Senior says, how an example? Yes, senior's an example. Let me see if I have senior. Tim is not quite 50, but we'll add Tim because he's an older demographic, I guess you could say. He's over 40 now. Let me see who else I got. Yeah, let me show you guys some of these people. You guys don't know my friend Skip? Man, if Skip pops up in here, I'll post a photo of him. Let me show you. And like I said, these guys some of them are just like over 35, some of them are just over 40. So yeah, I know your question. Oh, pizza, good job. I know your question was about 50-year-olds specifically. But let me just drop some of my friends in here. Man, let me drop this guy in here. Yeah, this is dope. Okay, who else do I got? Sorry guys, I'm literally just scrolling through my photo album. Senior, I hope I have. Oh, here's another great example. You guys got to remember, a lot of my guys and girls that I work with are over 40 years old. Here is senior. Thank goodness. Okay, I knew he was in here. Okay, we'll drop some of these. All right, let me just scroll through. Who else do I got? Okay, I'm gonna start with these because otherwise you guys will just watch me scrolling here forever. Because, like I said, I have a lot of great clients that are over 40, over 50. I have clients over 60. Let me drop some of these. Medic Miller checking in from Mexico. What up, my dude? Alright, yeah, guys, check this shit out. Let me. Um, Dylan says at 60, I'd focus on just being healthy. Here's the thing, Dylan. You're not 60, nor are you close to it, so you don't get to decide. Love you. I love you, brother, but you do not get to decide what's right. You've never been 60. You don't know that you'll ever live to 60, and that's not an insult. It's just realistic. Things happen. Things happen. Thomas Turner, if you're still in the house, let me drop. Man, I'm going to drop. Amy, can I show a picture of you? Let me see. Let me see. Amy, let me know if it's okay to share photos of you. All right. Thomas Turner, if you're still in the house, bro, let me show you, bro. Let me show you some shit, dude. Shout out to my mature audience, my mature clients. Let me guys show you what's going on in this world, guys. Okay, can I do this? All right, let me do it this way. What's up? Okay, let me get in here, log in. It's making me do it from a web page, which is fine. It's just not letting me use the WhatsApp app, which is ironic. So let me get this loaded. Why is it doing that? Okay, bear with me. You guys see all this shit. Look at all my shit. Okay? Let's check this shit out, guys. My friends. What is that, Thomas Turner, bro? That's 1 year apart, my dude. Look at this guy. Are you fucking kidding me? Look at this guy. That's over 50 years of age. This dude's a bad motherfucker, okay? This is real muscle, okay? He's over 50. If he listened to that podcast, he would have stayed this guy over here. I don't know if you can see my cursor. I think you can. If he listened to that podcast and gave up because of what they said, he would have stayed this guy over here. Look at this shit. Okay? My boy Carl, this is a natural dude, guys. This is my boy Carl. This is a natural guy. Look at the amount of muscle he put in his upper shelf. What are you guys talking about? Not you, Thomas. I know you didn't say it. Look at this shit, dude. Look at these arms. Look at these shoulders. Even his legs have come up, okay? He's a bit tighter here. But look at the size difference. This is a natural guy, dude. Look at this shit. Look at these fucking arms, dude. Unreal. Unreal. So, I would ask you, Thomas Turner, when you look at this shit, what do you think, bro? What do you think? Shout out to my girls. Look at the density that she put on. Look at these fucking legs. Are you kidding me? And again, she's not over 50. Oh, I can't assume her age. I'm not going to say her age. But she's over 35. I'll feel comfortable saying that. Look at this. Thomas Turner. Love you. Love you, bro, but that podcast is wrong, my dude. And you said get big, so like that's a weird word. I don't love that. But whatever. My boy Tim, dude. Look at these fucking shoulders. He's 45 years old. 45 years old. This dude is not stopping. This dude's not stopping. He annoys the absolute fuck out of me, but I love him. I love him. Look at this work. Are you kidding me? My boy Ken Hill. Guys, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? Ken, Skip, you guys know him as Skip? Guys, this is... He's closer to 60 than he is 50, okay? You can do the math, right? He's closer to 60 than he is 50. Look at this shit. Is Ken too old to get big? I don't know. Ken's gonna do whatever the fuck he wants because he's a grown man and he's got goals. He's got shit to do. Guys, another one of my boy and my boy Skip. We're just clanging and banging, bro. Clanging and banging. Right? Look at this. Look at this shit. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? My boy Christopher. Come on, dude. Business owners. Business owners. Hard workers. Kids. Shit to do. All these guys got shit to do. Are you kidding? Look at this. This is senior here, guys. Look. And he's bigger now. I would have to pull up an updated photo. I don't have one, like quick scrolling. I would have to go back and find it. Look at this fucking picture. Look at this side profile, dude. Look at this barrel of a chest. Look at these arms and shoulders. This is a grown ass fucking man. This is a grandfather, dude. This is a happily married grandfather, right? He has a 2-year-old granddaughter. This dude doesn't care. He's out there to fucking get jacked. He's out there getting jacked, dude. Look at that shit. Are you kidding me? Guys, this is where he started. What the fuck is that? What is that? Crazy. I have hundreds of these guys. I have hundreds of these photos that are crazy like this. My girl Amy, we have brought up her lower body so incredibly much. Okay? The width, we've given her more width across the upper shelf here. And the glutes and the side leg, the amount of size that we've put on her, let me just say, she was not comfortable during all this process, but it was needed. It was needed to bring this amount of muscle, guys. And I won't say her age. She can say it if she wants. But she's over 35. Guys, come on. Come on. Don't set expectation, or, don't set like a ceiling for yourself where you're just like, oh man, well, I'm 50. I might as well just go play golf with my fat friends. Fuck that, dude. Do you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? Let me see what I missed. Let me see what I missed. Fucking DLC. Fucking eat my shorts, bro. Technical difficulties on the TJ Live? Never, bro. These are getting fire, man. I got 19 people, entire people in here right now. You better watch it. I'm gonna blow up soon. I'm gonna be Sam Solik. Medic Miller chimes in. That's fucking nuts, he says. Dylan and what I said an I in the text. Okay, yeah, whatever. Guys, we should all aim to still be banging like Lee at 61. Love that shit. Christy in the house. Try being married to him. Bless your heart. Bless your heart, young lady. Fuck. I have pictures of her too. She's jacked as fuck. She's jacked as fuck. Doesn't look like your normal mom. Won't say your age, but I know it. She's more jacked than the moms I see at the fucking grocery store. Let me just put it that way, okay? JRA chimes in. Damn, Skip's triceps. Skip's everything, bro. He's growing legs. I can't show all of his photos because he sends me photos privately. He's in prep, and I don't want to share all those things. Those are private, but because he's naked, butt ass naked. He sends me his dick and stuff. It's weird, but whatever. Kidding, you weirdos. Tom Cerner chimes in. That's encouraging to hear and see. I'm 59, trying to build muscle. Not looking to be huge, but like to keep growing. Man, we can keep progressing. The perspective needs to be realistic. But like all those athletes I just showed you guys, come on. Come on. Are you kidding me? Fucking, I'll send you all these so you can send them to that podcast. And these athletes aren't Ronnie Coleman size, but none of us are. None of us are. I don't care if you're 25, you're not going to be that big. You know what I'm saying? Unbelievable stuff here. Alex Cheese is just clanging and banging. That's what we do. That's why we're here. Lee says Mel is the man. Senior, I promise to never ask another dumb game. Dude, none of your questions are dumb. I just like to fuck with you. The question was geared more towards my obsession with watermelon than any results I get from it. I'll text you some recent gym photos. Yeah, please do. Yeah, bro. No, yeah, we can work watermelon in. We can work watermelon in. But yeah, you're not going to do a watermelon fast or anything crazy. You're too good, bro. You're too good to do any, like, crazy Hail Marys like that. What up, boy? Amy said my glutes are huge. Yeah, it took work. It took work. It took work. You got to get a little uncomfortable to get that growth, and it's hard. And Amy is an absolute workhorse in the gym, out of the gym, always busy. She's always working. DLC says 19 people is awesome. Shut up. Tim says you show them. I'll take the heat for it. Tom Sterner, inspiration photos. Bro, I'm telling you, dude, these are real people. These are real people, and that's not to take anything away from them. But these are, what do we call them? Normal people? I don't know. Guys, I don't know. But these aren't one-off. These are everyday people, dude. They're just like you and I. They're just like you and I. They're not ex-NFL athletes or ex-gold medalists. Like, these are mothers, fathers, husbands, all the above. Grandfathers, grandparents. These are everyday people getting real results. So, crazy. DLC says, watermelon's so good. I will eat an entire melon and not even think, oh, dude, watermelon? Unreal. Unreal. The 19 people comment wasn't a joke. Having 19 people watching is actually awesome. I feel good about it. I feel good about it. It's fun. It's fun. Yeah, no, I feel good about it. I'm a nobody on the internet, dude. So 19 people, I mean, that's 300 for me, you know? So, yeah, no, either way, 19 people is, I mean, man, that's great. That's great. But yeah, Thomas, I hope that gives you perspective, man. Those are just, like I said, everyday people, just sticking to a plan, just clanging and banging, deciding that they're worth changing their lives. And that's not saying, oh, I changed these people's lives. No, these people changed their own damn life. They chose that they were worth it, and they put in the work, and that's what happens. That's the type of shit we get. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Come on. Let me show you another one. I'm just having fun with it now. I'm just having fun with it now. Guys, I have so many more clients like this. I just wish I could, I wish I had these ready, Thomas. Because I could have showed you 40 people, you know. And I don't want to miss anyone, but yeah, like I said, I wasn't prepared to be doing this. Here we go. share entire screen. Let's see. Let's see. Where we at? Where we at? Look at this. Guys. That's 50 plus. I don't know, Thomas Turner. Looks pretty fucking good from here, dude. You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying, dude? Man. Man. Good stuff. Let me dig into. Sorry if I'm making you guys dizzy with all my fucking stupid stuff. Alright, let's get into this. Let me make sure I didn't miss any questions. Unk. Oh, what did we say about Unk? The Gen Alpha kids are calling me Unk. Do I count? No, bro, not yet. Not yet. I think maybe 30 years old, Raymond. Maybe a few years we can count you in. Let's see. Amy said, lifting heavy and praying my 20 pounds of off-season weight isn't fat. Dude, you're good. You're good. Trust me. Mark says he has a friend 52 going for a pro card. So I'll send you photos of him. See, guys, this is all real stuff. I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss anything while I was off doing dumb shit. Seeing these photos is motivating. I got some work to do. Brother, these are all. And by the way, dude, I did see your text message. It came in while I was training. Maybe I'll touch on that in the live. JRA was asking about just like typical blood panels to pull, just to see what's going on under the hood. Raymond, I didn't see it. If you can just post it again. I didn't scroll up very far. No, Raymond, I didn't see it. Yeah, drop that question again, and I'll answer that before. I'm gonna show what we did for. I sent it on my mobile YouTube app, but I don't see it on my computer. Yeah, it didn't come through, dude. It didn't come through. Pay your fucking phone bill, bro. Pay your phone bill, dude. Oh, man. I don't have any photos of my friend Matt. I wish I had photos of my friend Matt because he is extraordinarily jacked for... I don't know his exact age because I've known him for so long. I feel like he's been the same age since I've known him. Which is the irony of Matt, my friend Matt, one of my best friends to ever live. When my father passed away, Matt was like, the dude. He was there for me, nonstop. He's always been there for me. Our friendship dating back to, 2012 maybe. 2011. I don't know. It's been a while. It's been a long time. Regardless, that dude is extraordinarily jacked. Beyond belief. And he was natural for a very, very long time. You know what's ironic? I think when I met Matt, he was the age that I am now, perhaps. I would have to do the math, and I can't do that math right now because my brain is smoked from training legs. During our sessions. What the fuck are you talking about, boy? It's about training during contest prep. I sent it on the mobile YouTube app. but I don't see it on my computer during our sessions. You're being sketchy, bro. Oof. Raymond, all this typing, you could have just retyped the question, damn it. Alright, let's see. Let's see what I got. You said, oh, it's getting auto deleted because I'm using the word kill. YouTube chat is being dumb today. I feel like I'm missing a lot. Yeah, it was weird because even when I went live, like, I didn't know if I was live or not because I didn't see it on my app. So there's probably something going on with the YouTubes today. But that's all right. We do it live anyways. We're here and we're live. So let's check out what we got. Oh, you know what? Where is my... What is all this? I don't know why these didn't send. I'm going to show you guys in a moment what I'm... Oh, okay. Gross. This is bad. But I'm going to show you guys anyways because this is real. Okay, let me answer Raymond's question. Then I'm going to show you guys check-in photos of myself, which is embarrassing, but I have to show you just to be transparent about what being fat and disgusting looks like. And then I'm going to show you my leg training, some of the stuff Raymond and I did today. Okay, here's the politically correct question. At what point in contest prep do you think it's important to be careful during training? Right now, I just want to run through a wall during our sessions at 4 weeks out, but I'm just a meathead and let you lead. Bro, yeah. So, at what point in contest prep do you think it's important to be quote unquote careful during training? Right now, I just want to run through a wall 4 weeks out and now. Man, you don't bodybuild scared. You don't bodybuild scared. And that's my belief on it. You just train, dude. You just train and you try your best. You try your best to be honest with yourself and listen to the feedback. And if something feels off, you just don't press the button that day, or you find a different way to make it challenging instead of just like increasing weights or trying to chase me with like the weight that I'm using. You're learning that it's okay to change out weights like that aren't appropriate for you, but are appropriate for me, right? So you're learning that already. Um, Man, I think sometimes people pull the safety curtain, pull the parachute too early in prep. And I mean, if it's there, then let it fly. Let it fly. Um, I have eyes on you. I'm not going to let you do something stupid. Um, it's just, it's a hard question to be like, at 2 weeks out, you better be careful. It's like, mm, it depends. It really depends. Right now, um, you being 4 weeks out, you're still feeling strong and good. And we ride that wave. We ride that wave. And if all of a sudden you start feeling off, then we start dropping the volume down, for example, or completely getting rid of intensity techniques for you. And things like that, right? Um, at what point in contest prep do you think it's important to be careful during training? I think when you feel fragile, when you feel really fragile and you need to skate that center line of I still need to be intense, but I'm not growing muscle at this point, and it doesn't require as much to maintain muscle as it does to build, in my opinion. And I take that with a grain of salt because there's nuance to that. But yeah, at what point, that point is individual, and I think it's something that's intuition is a hard word because you'll play tricks with yourself like, oh, I'm kind of tired. But it's like, yeah, but don't be a bitch either. you know? Andreas, I'm going to hit your question. Don't worry. That's what I thought you'd say. I will say that my legs feel so much better in terms of the look versus last year. Full transparency, I was definitely pulling the parachute too early. I have too, bro. I have too, bro. Yeah, I have too. And especially, like, you got to remember for a long time, I trained alone in my basement. My entire contest prep last year was all done self training. No training partner, alone in my basement, 5:30 in the morning. I still brought the intensity, but there were probably days where I could have pushed maybe a little harder, but then when you think about it, it's like I still brought a really good look to stage, so I don't regret any of it, but it's just things you learn along the way. And then I think that that point shifts as you get more experience. Um, you'll start learning to listen to the body more, and not only that, you develop a higher work capacity the longer you train. So people that have been training for 20 years, they probably have, not probably, they have more work capacity and they're more effective with less volume. So that's something to keep in mind too. Because with training age comes experience and just getting better at the craft, getting better at training, getting more effective, and getting more out of, you know, getting more out of each set that you do, making every set just very, very important. Every rep, not just set. Um, Andreas, from a lifestyle perspective, what are the most important things that well-informed bodybuilders often do wrong? From a Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I like this. This is a really good question. Andreas asked, from a lifestyle perspective, what are the most important things that well-informed bodybuilders often do wrong? I like this. And dude, there's a lot, bro. There's a lot. One is, man, I could go on forever, dude. This is a really good question. I can almost make an entire video about this. Maybe I will. Um, One is allowing themselves too many free meals. One is just not doing cardio at all, not doing steps at all, not checking blood pressure, not setting a daily sleep and wake time, um, not taking their health supplements, not practicing posing like ever, not focusing on any sort of prehab and rehab. Um, Man, what else? Um, you've seen it before, I'm sure, Andreas, where like people get into prep and all of a sudden they start like gaining a ton of muscle. Which I mean, it happens sometimes because of like anabolic load and things like that. But a lot of times it's because they're just more dialed in and they were too laxed in the off season and they weren't treating the off season just like a contest prep. And the people that um, treat their off season as important as the contest prep, they are healthier and they're better. They're better bodybuilders. Um, So I just gave you a bunch. I hope you gathered all of them because I don't even know if I could repeat them. But yeah, those are some things, bro. Those are some things. Um, I think if you want to just put it all into one thing, their lifestyle changes depending on the season that they're in, and it really shouldn't, right? So contest prep and off season should look the same. One just has less food and sometimes more cardio. Um, Sometimes more of a focus on like tanning and skincare and like shit like that. Um, but yeah, dude, I think as a whole, like if I just wanted to give you one black and white answer, the main thing that informed bodybuilders do wrong is not treat their off season like a contest prep. And they should mirror each other. They should be the same. Chad in the house. Last week you were discussing all-in-one health supplements. Have you seen Complete Health by Leica Pro? Yeah, that one seems pretty good too. That one seemed a bit underdosed compared to the one that Joey recommended, which was Apollon, or I don't know. I would have to look back in my Google searches because I actually went back to that site and I was looking at it again. That is one of the best ones I've seen, to be fair. Prime by Morphogen is really good. Leviathan makes great stuff, but as far as like Leviathan, they have stacks that cover a lot, but they don't just have like one bottle that covers a lot. And maybe that's something that I can talk to Will about. He's the owner of Leviathan. Maybe I'll shoot him a message and be like, hey, have you ever considered something like this? I'm sure he has. He's a brilliant guy. Um, but yeah, I've seen Leica Pro. It also seems like a good one. The dosing did not seem as effective as the one um, Apollon. I think I don't know how you say it, but yeah, the one Joey recommended last week that I pulled up on the screen. That's one of the best I've ever seen, to be fair. And even the pricing wasn't bad. It kind of makes you wonder if all the shit's actually in there. But you look at the dosing and it is like 14 pills. So it's like, okay, I could see it all being in there. The free meal things, Josh was salt in the house. The free meal things is huge, especially if they become more like binges and completely ruin an off season for me. Yeah, dude. Yeah. And like let me play the devil's advocate here. I don't know if it ruined the off season, Josh, for you. Um, but you probably got fatter than you were comfortable with. I don't know if that's always a bad thing. I know we want to stay, you guys hear me say it all the time, we want to stay below, as a man, below 15, 17% body fat. Women can get a little higher than there because women naturally hold a bit more fat than men. Call it maybe 5% more. Um, but I'm not sure because I do think you still accrue muscle when you are too fat. The problem is you just accrue fat at a higher rate, right? The ratio changes. It goes from like this hand is muscle, you're gaining muscle, gaining a little fat. And then once the body fat starts to get unfavorable, the ratio starts kind of going like this, and then you start gaining more fat. Um, but to be fair, you are still gaining muscle. It's just coming with a lot worse of a ratio um, than if you were to be, let's say, under 15%. But I've put on a lot of muscle by allowing myself to get a little bit fatter. Um, the difference is I've trained for a long time. So I have a lot of solidified muscle that some of my more enhanced guys and girls can get away with getting a little bit fatter just because they do have an adequate amount of good tissue. And when you have some matured, quality, solidified tissue, you're allowed to get a little fatter. It really, I mean, the training is better, it's safer, the joints are protected, a little more cushion for the pushing. It feels worse. Your health markers are likely worse when you're a bit fatter, if you know what I'm saying. Blood pressure tends to trend a little higher. A little more watery means it's a little more stressful on the heart and kidneys. So, yeah, I agree with you, though. I agree with you that binging is absolutely, it's really not. There's nothing good that can come from it, specifically in an off season. You're already eating so much adequate nutrients that an extreme surplus is probably not going to serve you very well, right? It becomes an emotional thing, and I really don't think it's serving you very well. Man, Chad, you got good ones, bro. You got good ones. What are some things that you used to have a hard stance on that you've changed your opinion on recently? Could be training, nutrition, or anything. To be fair, dude, I mean, maybe when I was younger, I had like hard stances on things because I didn't know any better. Um, the older I get, the wiser I get, the more athletes I coach, the more people in general I coach, the more bodybuilding I do myself, I have less and less hard stances. I have less and less hard stances because there's so much individual. Man, I've done things for people that I never would have thought I would have done. And that doesn't mean like take risk or be dangerous, but like completely eliminate carbs for 10 days. Like if I said that to myself 5 years ago, I'd be like, dude, what are you doing? They're going to starve. And it's like, no, this is what needs to be done at this time. This is the tool that we need to use for this job. And so I guess like to, man, it's not a good answer. I'm sorry, but I don't have like any really hard stances on things. Because I think when people do that, they get caught in their own way. And there's so many tools out there to use that it's silly to have a hard stance on anything, right? I'll always say that training hard is, and even training hard, like that word is terrifying for me to use. But properly training and making training one of the most important things, that's always going to be a pretty hard stance that I have. Nutrition should always be kept with foods that are real foods, less than five ingredients, right? You buy chicken, it says chicken. You buy steak, it says steak. You buy like some cereals, yeah, some of the cereals can have up to 5, 10 ingredients, for like a post workout. Some of the protein powders can have, 10, 12 ingredients. Some of the things I'll kind of turn my eye to, like, yeah, but I feel like those are okay. Like some of that stuff. So even that, like, I don't have a hard stance on. But in general, um, man, it's really tough for me to have like an absolute stance on a lot of things because there's just so many tools to use. There's so many different, practices. And once you corner yourself in a room of this is how I do things, it's like, yeah, but like, what if you go off that unbeaten path and you find something great? And if you were so hard stanced, you never would have found that thing. You know what I'm saying? One hard stance, I don't know if it's a hard stance, but I don't use or recommend DNP. That is a stance that I do take. I've never used it. I've never had a client use it. If a client asks me to use it, I really recommend that they don't, and I'm not comfortable if they do, because if something bad happens, I don't know how to fix it. And if something bad happens, it can be very bad. And I truthfully, I know a few strategies, but that's one in particular that I don't use, and I don't have any of my clients use ever. And I never have, never will. And maybe if you ask me 10 years from now, maybe my opinion will change. I really don't think it will. That is one stance where I'm pretty hard on that. It's just not, I don't think it's necessary. Um, I think there's so many other tools to use. And I've been very peeled with no DNP at all. So I think others can do it too. Um, so that's one that I'm like, turned off by. I don't judge other people for using it that are not coached by me or other coaches. I don't judge them for using it because they might have the education on that specific compound way above me, and they're comfortable with using that drug. I am not. I am not. I would never use it for anyone. Like I said, if something went wrong, I would have no idea how to correct it, and that's just so dangerous. And then then the client goes to the hospital, and the doctors are certainly not going to know how to correct it. So that's one I just don't love. I that's a hard stance for me personally. Um, Hi Tommy, looking good, sir. Oh man, I'm feeling better. I think. Thank you. I'll post my check-in photos here in a minute. I just want to grab some of these questions. Um, Josh says, that's how I justified the cheat meals to myself, but when I cut back down, I ended up with zero gains after the entire 9 months. Yeah, bro, it's a hard, it's a hard realization. I think in my case, it was just that the cheats were so absurd that my calories in the rest of the week weren't enough for recovery, but my weight still went up. That's an interesting thought, and I bet that has truth to it. Um, yeah, dude. No, I agree with you. I agree with you. And man, Josh, I'm a guy who has an insatiable appetite. I've always been that way. I can be full blown off season and I'm hungry every 2 hours. It does not matter. It does not matter. I've been that way since I was a kid. I am a bottomless pit. I can eat a lot of food, dude. I can eat a lot of food, dude. Woot! DLC, good to see you here. Yeah, DLC's the man. He is always supporting me in all aspects of life. Um, Mrs. Fitzhugh, I thought you were trying to starve me. It just takes what it takes, my friend. Takes what it takes, girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? And like sometimes, part of me, just a small part, sometimes I send over a plan. I'm like, fuck, this person's gonna be hungry. But guys, it takes what it takes sometimes, you know? Sometimes you gotta get down and dirty. Chad says, I agree, there's so much nuance with any situation. Rarely is anything in this world black and white. I think almost any endeavor is an art as much as it is a science. And that's a great way to put it, dude. Yeah, I really like how you worded that. In coaching, bodybuilding, it's so much of an art. And to be honest, coaches and 90%, 95% of coaches, top level coaches, would agree with me when I say this. We are making our best educated guesses all the time. We are making our best educated guesses all of the time. And those guesses, quote unquote, that word like probably scares people. But those guesses are based off our experience, our education, and that's why I call them educated guesses. But at the end of the day, the role of a coach is, this is what I see as the best call at this time, and I need to see what happens when I make this call, and I need to collect that data, and that will drive me to make my next call, right? And that's, you just build that for each individual person that you work with. And you build that person's individual algorithm, is what I like to call it. You know, you learn that person's body. That's why it's important to stay with a coach a fair, good amount of time. I mean, if the coach is a total asshole and they're just not responding, or they're just not good at their job, they're not delivering you proper attention and service, that's why you leave a coach early. Because you're like, man, this dude, he's never, I ask a question, he's gone for 6 days, you know, like, all the coaches I've come across out there, they're all good. But I have heard of coaches that just their customer service and the response time is terrible. The majority of coaches I've met, we can all do the job. We can all get you in shape. We can all do it great. But it's all the shit and all the support that happens in between where you want to go and how to get there, you know, and when you get there. Everything that happens in between, that is coaching. That is coaching. Any coach can get you in shape. I don't care if they've been doing it 1 year. I don't care if they've been doing it 35. Any of them out there can get you in shape. I promise. I promise. But that does not mean they understand how to coach and how to deal with humans. Honestly, there's a lot of psychology that goes into it. A lot of therapy, to be frank. I'm a glorified therapist sometimes. DNP scares the crap out of me. Me too, man. Me too. And my risk tolerance is pretty high. I'm willing to do like quite a bit of stuff, and that's just still one that, man, it's not my thing. That's all. And like I said, I don't judge any other coaches who are educated on that and care to learn to use it and all of those things. Josh Assault, Big Appetite Crew checking in. Bro, this is a real thing. And I think part of it is, I think there's genetic components involved with, you know, ghrelin and things like that, and how the levels of ghrelin and reward system. I'm a complete drug addict. I'm a clean drug addict, but I still am a drug addict, and the reward system is fragile in my life. So I'm vulnerable to foods, and binging is something I need to always watch out for, because, like I said, it's a lot of the times it's the reward system, and you know, it feels great while you're doing it, and then just like any other drug, right? DLC showing love, my man. Josh Salt, if you overdose on DNP, all they can do at the hospital is put you in an ice bath and pray. Yeah, that is what it is. That is what it is. They put you on ice and they say, all right, we'll check on you in 25 minutes. Foxer, it's an art of rice deprivation. Yeah, sometimes. Medic Miller in the house. Fantastic nurse. That's what I do in my nursing practice. Whole body system algorithms for each individual. It's all individual response. And when you do something for long enough, you learn patterns that typically seem to work. And, you know, that's a go-to. I've only known one buddy where we talked him out of staying with his coach. It was his first coach, and it was like a 4 to 5 day turnaround for everything, paying a ton of money. That's unacceptable. This is what I mean. You know, this is what I mean. I won't name anyone or anything like that, but I've had people DM me or email me, and they're talking about their coach, and how they might want to leave their coach, and I'm like, you're in great shape, man. Like, unless your coach is like insulting or just not responding, like ever, like leaving you just like, I don't know, just like really not caring. Like, I think most adequate coaches can do the job and they can do it really well. And I think it's important to actually build rapport. And man, if you see a coach with a huge turnaround where like people are just like, it's a revolving door, that's a red flag. That's a red flag. But if you see a coach that can hold someone for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 years, I mean, that says so much about the coach. And there's some people who they're gonna look for magic tricks and think this next coach has this next big thing. And I'm just being honest. Like, if you find a coach that you love, and the communication is good, the rapport is good, they still challenge you. They don't baby you. They tell you straight what needs to happen. They're honest with you. Um, that's where the coaching is. That's where the coaching is. There's no special protocol or like something, no one has some secret, I promise. People will pretend like they do just to sell you shit. But, they'll be like, I do this special thing. Voila. Abracadabra. No, you don't, bro. No, you don't. And don't get me wrong. There's coaches with niches. Is that a word? Can you pluralize niche? There's coaches with specializations, you know, like Austin Stout. He is absolute expert on gut health and autoimmune diseases, and things like that. He still gets bodybuilders in great shape. Um, Guys like Dom Kuza, same thing. Very, very well diverse in gut health, any tricky situations that come up. Dom Kuza is really good at stuff like that. So there's like coaches have specializations that they sometimes lean into. That Paul Romazek guy, I hope that's how you say his name. I don't know. He seems like a cool guy. He does really well with like TRT crowd, lifestyle crowd. He has great young athletes like bodybuilders and stuff, but he seems to do really well with like the older CEO businessman who just wants to get in shape again and like stay really healthy. Like Paul does really well with them. But he does well with young guys too. So, but that's just what I gather from watching their content on social media. Tim says you completely just described yourself and your coaching process. Well, I appreciate it. I mean, yeah, I mean the methodology is just one thing. Like anyone anyone can send you a diet. It's everything that happens in between that is more important, in my opinion. Like that's what coaching is. Um, Tim says all of which is why I love working with Tommy. I appreciate you, Tim. Yeah, Tim's been with me for years now, literally multiple. Um, Medic Miller agrees. Appreciate you. Joshua Saul. I hear Milos is the guy to go to if you want some megadose insulin. I've personally never seen Milos. I've never seen his protocols like from him directly. I've seen him on the internet. Um, you never know if shit on the internet's true. It's the unfortunate part of the internet. Um, but I've heard Milos push his stuff, but I mean it's bodybuilding. We get hairy sometimes. Not literally, because actually you have to shave your hair, but and you probably lose your hair. But yeah, I heard Milos can get a little down and dirty with stuff. But man, I mean, have you seen Milos's guys? Have you seen Hottie's updates? Like, he looks twice his size somehow. So, um, Yeah, you're right. Milos is an insulin guy, and he's open about that. He's open about that. I mean, he almost was the grandfather of insulin in bodybuilding. Most of the protocols people use nowadays, I mean, they kind of originated from Milos, to be fair. All right. You guys keep chatting. I just got to pee real quick, and then I want to dive into my check in photos, which are incredibly embarrassing, but I need to be transparent with them. And then I'm going to show you some leg training stuff from today. So I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Wow, I lost none of you. You guys are the loyalist. Let's see. Medic Miller, any thoughts on the Tampa Pro? Looks like it's going to be a good show. Is that the one with Nick and Joe? Right? It should be. That's Nick and Joe, right? And I don't know who else is doing it. If someone has the lineup, send it to me on Instagram. All right, let's dig into. Oh man, yes sir. Bro, I love Joe and I love Nick. I don't know, dude. I don't know. I hate making predictions because like it's so hard to see people on Instagram and like assume that you know what they're gonna look like standing next to each other on stage. Like I think it's so hard to make predictions that way. So you just gotta wait. You just gotta wait and see what happens. So those are always my thoughts on any bodybuilding show. I, you just have no clue. You have no clue. There could be someone we're not even thinking about that actually ends up taking second, and Nick and Joe might not be one and two. I would assume they are, but there could be someone we're not even thinking about that ends up taking whatever second place. All right, let me share my embarrassing shit here. Okay, let's do this guy. Okay. Here is my morning check-ins. This is body weight is 248, 249, 248, something like that. So this is today. Again, not proud of it, but where did I go? Hold on, let me see. Do 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 do. Sorry, I fucked this up. Okay, here we go. Makes more sense if I do this. Okay. Okay, so here is the check-in photos. Like I said, I think it was 248. Um, I've kind of been holding 248 for multiple weeks now. So definitely a higher body fat than I love to be in the off season, but we're getting back there. We're getting back into it. So things are clicking pretty good. Pretty good. I know a lot of you were asking kind of where things are. Like I said, this is the nice thing about having like mature muscle is like my legs stay somewhat lean even when I'm this fat. So like when I have a t-shirt and shorts on, no one knows how fat I am until I have my shirt off. But overall, embarrassing, but could be worse. But could be worse. You know. So this is about where we're at. The side shots look good because you can hide your gut with your hands. I've definitely put some size on my back still, which is good. The quads have come up a little bit. Chest and arms and shoulders are all pretty good right now. Those are all pretty good right now. This was incredibly hard to get into. I'm not gonna lie. I wasn't even gonna do it. That's why it's out of order. So I went back and did it. Let me show you. This is obviously you guys know Raymond. It's my buddy JP from Michigan. He was in town, so he came out with us today. Let's see about training. I'll keep the audio off. So, and I didn't edit any of these. Oh wait, this is not the one I want to do yet. We'll start in order. Okay, so we started with the ham tractor. This machine's kind of cool. So just a seated leg curl. It's a bitch to get into. That's why you see Raymond's got to help me get in there. Here we worked up to like a top set of 12 or so. And then we made it a drop set. So here's the drop set here. I'm thinking about trying to keep the toes pointed at me. And I'm thinking about dragging my heels through mud. And then I'm kind of thinking about holding something in between my knees just to try to get a little bit of internal rotation. And I felt it in the hamstrings. Yeah, let me try to make it bigger. Let's see. Wait, that's not bigger. Can you see it better like this? DLC, let me know. I think because of the phone was vertical when I filmed it. Let me know if that's better. So yeah, what I'm doing is, like I said, trying to keep the toes pointed at me. pretending I'm kind of holding something in between my knees just to get a little bit of internal rotation at the hip joint. And then I'm thinking about pulling my heels through mud. And then I'm actually thinking about breathing really deep into my lungs and pushing the tongue to the roof of my mouth. That kind of helps just with the internal pressure. Let me know if it's better, David. I'm on the phone, so it's small anyways. You talking about me or the video? Amanda said it looks like shit. Just kidding, it's better. Alright, whatever. Alright, so we did a drop set here. I'll let this one play out. Yeah, like I said, I'm thinking about dragging those heels through mud, and it helps make it less like jerky and a bit more smooth. Then I'm just going to drop the weight here. Yeah, like I said, this machine is extremely hard to get in and out of, so Raymond has to help me get in there. This one I put a little more emphasis on like rate of force development, a bit more explosive. I'm still trying to drag through mud. It's fine, don't fuck with it. Yeah, I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone. This one's a bit more explosive, and what I'm thinking about is like wringing out a sponge is what Danny calls it. So we're really just trying to get the last out of that hamstring that I can, and really just trying to explode and wring out that sponge. I think that's the last of it. Yeah, okay. Okay, so that's that guy. And then where did, oh boy. Alright, let me open this back up. Sorry. Oh, we're still here. Oh, maybe that's better. How do I get to the next video? Hold on. Love wringing out the sponge. Yeah, that's a good thing to think about. Alright, let me get this back open, sorry. Why can't I? I'm stuck. Oh, there we go. Alright. Alright, we're getting back into it. Okay, so that's what we started with. Was the lying leg curl, the hand tractor. And then let me share. Go back into this. We'll get this guy going. This is a superset, so this is the first part of it. It's leg extension, 2 legs up, and then 1 leg down. The idea is because you can eccentrically load more than you can concentrically load. So you use both legs to get the weight up, and then you control it down with one leg. So that's what you'll see here. So up with 2, down with 1. I'm thinking about trying to make these smooth and trying not to like jerk at the knee. You can really see me just trying to like pull through and contract the quads and squeeze them, then control it down. I'm trying to keep the chest very inflated and almost like externally rotated at the shoulders, staying like really tall and proud. So you can see this here. And then right after this one, I'll show you what we superset it with. These were brutal. Yeah, these absolutely blew up my quads for sure. Alright, so we go again. Okay, so we're good there. And then from there, we supersetted them with these guys. So just body weight, walking lunges. I'm trying to think about like the inside of my foot when I'm applying pressure to the ground. Kind of thinking about like the entire foot, but really like that inner heel, if that makes sense. The inside side of the heel. And I'm trying to push off that front leg, not the back leg. And I'm trying to stay kind of loose, just to kind of allow that internal rotation. So these were brutal, especially right after those leg extensions. Definitely a challenge. You can see Raymond going here. But yeah, this was absolutely brutal. We did 2 or 3 sets of that superset. And then from there, we went into hack squat. We did 3 sets of hack squat. Let's see which one this is. This might have been our first set. Let's see. You can literally see me dripping sweat off my head. It's terrible. Alright. So this is the Watson hack squat. This thing's decent for sure. It's the hydraulic one, so you can kind of change the angles and stuff if you want. Here I'm thinking about the tag of my pants staying on the back pad. I'm thinking about inflating my chest as much as I can and then keeping my head kind of neutral, not pulling it down. And then I'm trying to let the knees kind of internally rotate a bit, almost like I'm holding something in between my legs. And then you guys can see I'm not like standing tall at the top and waiting in between reps. I'm just going right into the next rep, just constant tension, just right back down. And then hit the bottom, drive out. And when I drive out of the bottom, I'm thinking about doing a leg extension. Right? There we go. Okay, so we did a set like that. And then we did another. This one, I think we did a set where we paused like every other rep. or like every third rep we pause. This one I think is the 60 seconds straight. Um, so if you want to see this one, it's like significantly lighter. This might actually be the one where we, I don't know. We'll see what I do. I don't remember. But we ended with a set that was just like 1 minute straight, um, which was really brutal. Which was really brutal. All right, so let's see what I do. Okay, these are pause like every third rep. So when I'm pausing, I'm thinking about in the bottom, I'm thinking about holding like a leg extension. So like when I'm pausing, I'm thinking about doing a leg extension, if that makes sense. So all that tension stays on my quads the whole time. These were pretty brutal for sure. It's hard to convince yourself to pause. You're like, oh. And then I take a, this is where I need to fix this. I shouldn't be taking breaks at all. But another pause here. And then we muster that one up. Oh, Raymond made me go one more. And keep in mind, guys, when I pause in the bottom like that, I'm not relaxing anything. Like everything is full tension, um, emphasis on the quads. I guess I didn't film the minute straight one, which is fine. But the idea of the minute straight one is you literally just keep moving um, for an entire minute. The weight doesn't stop moving at all. You just keep going and going and going. This leg press set here is a cluster set. Um, I think I did clusters of 5 or something. Let's see what I do. I'm pretty sure I did clusters of 5. Sorry, like I said, I didn't edit any of this, so you're gonna see all my stupid shit I do before I actually go. Here, I'm thinking about the pressure on this side of the foot. I forgot you guys can see my cursor. Kind of letting the knees come towards each other, like I'm holding something in between my legs. And I am trying to get a pretty deep range of motion here, is as much as my body will allow. Okay, so then we just hold it at the top for about 10 seconds. The quads are still on here. They're still activated. I'm thinking about holding like a light leg extension. I'm not really resting per se. And then back in it. Bust out another 5, 4 to 5. And really, I should be better about keeping my chest up on these and being like tall and filling it with air. A bit more proud. I'm kind of letting the chest cave a little bit. But we were pretty smoked at this point. But it was a overall good day. Yeah, so this is just like a typical cluster set. The idea is just to get more effective reps in proximity to failure. So the cluster, muscle rounds, myo reps, all that stuff is a good little technique to use. Yeah, these were pretty brutal. I really didn't want to do this set after all the hack squatting we did, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. So I think we take it for one more cluster, and then we were supposed to do one more thing after this, but I just called it because we got plenty of work in. It was just like adductors and like leg curls, so I'm like, we're good. We're good. Yeah, let's see. And then I fall and die. My adductors were actually cramping a little, and so were my calves. Alright, yeah, that was that. That was that. That 2 to 1 leg extension is fantastic. I've never seen anyone do that before. Yeah, so that was something I learned. Um, Josh Bryant had me do that a long time ago, and then Danny has been incorporating that back into my leg day. Um, but yeah, it's a brutal technique. It's a brutal technique. It's great though. It's a ton of fun. Um, Been wanting to try that Watson hack squat. It's decent for sure. I think Raymond and I like the pendulum squat like a bit more, but we've been using the hack squat for a few weeks now, so we're probably gonna stick to it. Try to progress it a little bit, and then we might swap it again. Um, Peyton says I do a heavy set of hacks or a skill set, then a pause set every fifth rep in the bottom, and then a 60-second time set. Yeah, that's what we're doing too. Yeah, we're doing the same setup. Yeah, we got the same exact setup. Sorry, I'm reading some of these questions. I get a lot of these questions, tips and tricks to stay on track, consistent and disciplined, specifically when life gets in the way, unexpected travel, work stress, family incidents, anything. What are the things that help you stay on track or quickly get back on? Um, yeah, I mean, like, honestly, it's all about just being prepared. Having your meals ready every single day. Like, if anything comes up, you still got your meals with you. Um, that's the biggest thing. And just time management. I think a lot of like grown ass adults with kids and responsibility and a job, like most of them are better off training in the AM in the morning, um, before work, before the kids are even awake. Yeah, it sucks, you know, but you got to do what you got to do because after school, like their activities and all that shit just gets so busy. When are you gonna train? When are you gonna train? You gotta just get it done in the morning for most people, or really late at night when everyone's sleeping. But I find that much more challenging. Um, People ask about meal prep ideas. Um, I could probably make something, but sorry, I'm just reading a few. Client physique showcase over time. Yeah, that'd be cool to put together. Um, what changes you make and why? Man, I would have to explain that for like every individual person. Um, if you were a lifestyle guy, what would you change about your diet, training, drugs, assuming health, a respectable lean physique, and maximizing time outside the gym is the goal? Man, I don't personally. I wouldn't change much for myself, honestly. Um, I don't see the lifestyle any different than the competitor. For the most part, it depends. It depends. But like, if your goal is to have a respectable, lean physique, like that's just what a bodybuilder is. So you have to do the same shit. You have to do the same shit. And if you're going to use performance enhancing drugs and you're not focused on diet and training, there's absolutely no point to use performance enhancing drugs. So if you're a real lifestyle guy and you don't want to be as jacked as possible, then just stay on TRT. Maybe use some Anavar here and there or something. But otherwise, you don't get to use the drugs if you don't do the other things. You have to earn the right to use PEDs. Otherwise, you're just using drugs, ruining your health, and diet and training are the big movers. So you're focusing on the 5% of the 95%. And that's not how you live the lifestyle. That's just how you play with drugs, you know? I just think that's so backwards. Maybe give us an idea of what your daily eating habits look like. People always like the full day of eating, even if it's the same meal. 3 of the 6. Yeah, it's not. It's hard for me to film something like that because I'm so busy all the time that I can't like have a camera guy follow me around. You know, it's just too hard to get something like that filmed. I'll try to sometime maybe. I'd love to hear your thoughts on insulin and if it has a place on TRT plus. How's it utilized for lifestyle guys? I mean, some of my lifestyle guys use insulin. Kind of depends. Kind of depends on. It depends on how adherent they are to the lifestyle, you know? But if you travel for work every week, every 2 weeks, and you can't stay to your fucking diet, then you don't get to use insulin. There's absolutely no point. You're stepping over dollars to pick up pennies, you know? Insulin is not the problem. The problem is adherence and consistency. That's always the problem. Let's see. Was listening to your Q&A during cardio. You had a lot of good insight into maintaining a work-life family balance with bodybuilding. That's good. That's good. I'm glad someone took something away. I haven't watched it yet, but your chest idea was a good video. It'd be good to see more things like that. See more things like that. You didn't even watch it yet. Oh, it's funny. Your recent stuff has been good. Anything you put out is solid. The training stuff I implement into my bodybuilding movements. That's good. The Branch versus Slow Dance video was fire. Training videos about going from powerlifting focus into bodybuilding. How you prep your diet for the week. Any tips and tricks? Yeah, man, I get that question a lot. I probably have to do something. I probably have to make something about that. Let's see if you guys are saying anything. Smalls, what up, nerds? What up, dude? People don't like to hear others. This is from Joshua Salt. People don't like to hear others gatekeeping what they put in their body, but I'll definitely echo this sentiment that the drugs don't do much on their own. I agree. I've ran a few blasts before my training and diet were dialed in, and the progress was disappointing. I actually gave up on gear and bodybuilding altogether for a bit because of it. Yeah. It's extremely disappointing. when you get those other things dialed in, like, earlier I showed you guys, like, Fitzhugh Sr., for example. Guys, that was all done natural. That was all done natural. There wasn't even TRT involved, guys. That was literally all done without anything. You know what I mean? And that was an incredible transformation. There was no gear involved with that. You know? There was absolutely no gear involved. Let me show you again. Let's see. Let me try not to mess this up. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah, let's go right here. Okay. Let me show you again. Guys, there's no gear with this. There's not even TRT. Dead ass serious. There was no TRT involved in this transformation. This is just following a diet and following the plan and doing the training. The good, hard, solid training. There were even surgeries involved between here and here that he had to overcome. I think it was possibly like an ankle or a foot. I don't remember exactly, but it put him out of cardio, put him out of leg training for a few weeks, and there's no gear here, guys. This is an over 50-year-old man, natural, grandfather, husband, great dude. This shit was done with no PEDs, guys. Think about that for a second. So, that's not to take anything away from anyone that wants to use PEDs, but at least use them once you're actually dialed into training and in a diet. Otherwise, you're not enhancing anything. You don't have anything to enhance. You're just pissing in the wind. Foxer, just eat all your 5 meals in 1 hour of filming. I'll try. Alright, what else you guys got? Otherwise, speaking of eating, I'm going to bounce here soon. Let me know if you have anything additional. This was a good 2-hour live. Don't miss the Father's Day sale. Omega Amino. Code Tommy. Got that going on. Save 30% with code Tommy. Free shipping on there. Senior says it was purely discipline, consistency, and commitment. Yep. Fuck. There's his stack right there, guys. There's his PED stack. Discipline, consistency, and commitment. Right? That's all it is. Any new energy drinks you've tried? Oh, you know what? Because of Senior, I tried. I have it right here. It's not new, but the original Ghost is actually pretty good. It's actually pretty good. I was surprisingly happy with it. But no, you know what? I've had a few of those Alanis recently. Some of those flavors are pretty good, and the caffeine is only like 200 milligrams. So if I don't want like an entire 300 milligrams from a Ghost, are Ghost 300? Oh, they're 200? Yeah. Anyways, sometimes I go for an Alani. Oh yeah, Ghosts are only 200. Okay. I mean, I say only. That's still quite a bit of caffeine for, I don't know, not everyone. Some of you guys drink like 8 Ghosts a day, which is crazy talk. But yeah, the Ghost original is, it reminds me of like Smarties or something. It's pretty good. I was pleasantly surprised with it. The Alani, like, swirled sherbet, I think it is. That one's good. I like rainbow sherbet stuff. Any of those are always good. Amy says, Happy Father's Day. Have a great weekend. Thank you, Amy. Appreciate you. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. New Tonic is pretty good. Supposed to have nootropics. Huh. I'll have to look that up. Oh, that's what it is, Josh. Original Ghost is a nice pineapple flavor. That's probably what it is. Yeah, that makes that makes sense. I can see that now. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, what else you guys got? I'm filming. Nothing beats the OG White Monster. Man, the OG White Monster is just so good. Raymond asked me. He's like, how do you compare the original Ghost to the White Monster? I'm like, dude, I just don't know if you can beat the White Monster. I don't know if you can beat it. White Monster is a good gateway energy drink. You just always know what you're getting with the White Monster. It's never. It's like the Diet Coke of drinks. It's just always consistent. It's the good old fridge cig. I just bought 4 cases. Are you gonna have them on tap at your wedding? A White Monster fountain? Bang and Rain are the common 300. Bang is gross. I don't know. There's a couple flavors that are okay. But some of them are like too like chemical tasting. I don't know. I haven't had one in a long time. Maybe I need to try one again. Maybe I need to try one again. I typically go with the Ghost because the the White Monster just has so much damn sodium in it. Um, that's why I normally go with a Ghost over Monster. But on my non-training days, I'll have a Monster every once in a while, one or two even. I know. I wonder if they would taste. David said if they made them without caffeine, I would drink them instead of water. I wonder if they would taste the same. They should, but I wonder if caffeine changes the flavor. I don't know. I'd be curious. I don't know why they wouldn't try that. Yeah, they would be like a better flavored LaCroix, you know, or Fresca. Fresca is good. That's a good like flavored drink. Oh, like a Fresca grapefruit kind of tastes like a White Monster a little bit. So that's an alternative there. Anyways, unless you guys don't have any questions, TommyJohnCoaching.com, Tommy John Coaching on Instagram, ChaseIronsForum.com. Join the forum. We talk about all sorts of fun shit. What else? Watch out for my new YouTube videos. I'm going to be filming a new one tomorrow. Those are coming out weekly, so if you haven't seen them, check them out. What else? Happy Father's Day. Mega Amino. Check out the Father's Day sale. 30% off code Tommy. Or code David. You can support David too. The OG Green without caffeine was called Unleaded. I kind of remember that. I used to chew caffeine pills, super bitter. Yeah, that's why I'm curious if it would change the flavor of a White Monster. Anyways, I'm out. Love you guys. Appreciate you. Text me if you need me. If you guys were late to your check-ins yesterday, I will be getting to those at some point today. So you'll hear from me today. But other than that, if you guys need anything, text me, and we're all good to go. Peace.